It was interesting, so that, they complain about all the data transfer issue. Right? And then on top of that, even with the comes that they will always, so basically it's a system deciding to take the load up the states. So all the comes to that, so they have to print up stuff, so they will, I think that's what the state, that part of the page 6. I go back to Carol, that's how, when there were so many people online, I asked a few questions, but it smells like it's.
There's a lot more paperwork than there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so
It's a lot of paperwork.
but basically what all that happened is, it sounds like if the design was like, just shove it in the state. If you go on a try to check your stickers, you have to do that just to see, but it's like, it's not a. It's definitely. It worked. So yeah, there's about 3 times you have to read a lot more screens to. But.
Well, hopefully they get it fixed.
No, I don't say there should be design issues, basically. Or meditating.
There might be a minute behind. Yeah, it's 8 people behind. Now maybe it's gonna be pretty. Sleep chairs.
But let's put it in next year's budget.
That'd be awesome.
Put it in next year's budget.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. Today is Tuesday, May 6, 2025. This is the meeting of the Codington County Commission. We'll call it to order at this time. All commissioners are present this morning. So we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll have Commissioner Johnson lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Johnson. Just a reminder, folks, please silence your cell phones so that they do not disrupt the meeting this morning, and don't forget to turn them back on after the meeting. Call for public comment. Public comment may be submitted in person or via telephone by calling 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. Moving on to item number 3, conflict of interest items.
No.
Reported this morning. Thank you very much. Item number 4, action to approve the May 6th agenda.
So moved.
Second it.
Moved by Gable, second by Schwer. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carries. Thank you. Item number 5, action to approve the April 22nd, 2025 minutes of the Board of the County.
So moved.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Opening of the bids for the 2025 County Road 20 asphalt surfacing project and possible action to award those bids. Our Highway Superintendent Randy up here. And good morning. Please turn on your microphones and identify yourselves for the media.
Hi, Waylon.
Good morning. Waylon.
Oops, I'm sorry.
You want to identify yourself, Waylon?
Yeah, Waylon Blasius with Banner Associates.
Thank you.
It looks like we have 2 bids here. First one is from Central Specialties, Inc. out of Alexandria, Minnesota.
The Central Specialties, they did provide a bid bond as 10% of the bid. They did acknowledge, there was one addendum issued on the project, they did acknowledge that addendum. And the total of all unit price items for a bid of $849,209.10. That's 849,209.10 for Central Specialties Incorporated.
And just a reminder to folks that may be listening online as well, that this is for the County Road 20 asphalt surfacing project, right?
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Van Dusen. Sorry, so last year the county had regraded, widened and improved the ditches on County Highway 20 from Highway 81 west 2 miles, just 4 miles south of Watertown here. So this project is to incorporate the asphalt pavement surface on that stretch of roadway.
Thank you.
The second bid is from Dunick Incorporated from Princeburg, Minnesota.
Dunick provided a bid bond as well in the form of 10% of their total bid. Dunick acknowledged addendum number 1 on the project, and the total of all unit price bid items for Dunick Incorporated gives us a total bid of $728,691.10. That's 728,691.10 for Dunick Incorporated. And that completes the 2 bids. We will the low apparent red bidder today is Dunick Incorporated at $728,691.10. We'll put all of those numbers into the spreadsheet and check to make sure that all unit prices and units extend out to the values shown on the bids. Add up all of the units to ensure that the total bid matches what was bid, and provide a recommendation back to the commission.
Will that be at the next meeting, I assume, or how much time do you need to?
Yeah, no, we should be able to turn that around within the day here, so.
Okay.
So it'll be ready
Next week. Okay, great. Any questions, commissioners?
There's no alternates on this.
There is no alternates. This is to pave and shoulder the roadway, so.
What kind of time frame are we looking? Any idea?
For construction, so we do have in the construction documents that construction cannot start prior to July 1st. That's because with the regrading and cement stabilizing of the road last year, we would like to have that contractor out there here in the month of May to roof roll the road one more time and make sure that they can address any potential warranty issues that would arise if there were any. And then it would be prepared for Dunick to pave. The actual construction timeframe, I believe we limited it to 30 calendar days. So from commencement of the project, it will be complete within 30 calendar days. So, and we will handle traffic control the same as last year with the same, actually exact signage posted at the same locations. And we can also, we have landowner information for landowners along there. We can provide them a notice when the project will take place. So.
Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Randy, we're going to keep you here for item number 8 here real
Okay.
quick before we get to the monthly reports. And that's an action to declare used highway supplies and trucks as surplus.
That is correct. The first portion of it is some concrete decking and culvert sections to be declared surplus. These are to be donated to the Watertown Fire Department. These are used, damaged sections of bridge decking and culverts that are not usable at this point. So what they want to do is turn them into training scenarios. So it breaks down to be 2 sections of 8 foot by 7 foot culverts, 6 pieces of 24-inch culvert sections of various lengths, and then 2 pieces of 60-foot bridge decking, which they're going to manipulate, cut up into sections that they can use for these scenarios. They will be responsible for transporting them along with the demolition.
All right, looking for a motion to declare those services.
Motion approved. Do I do this?
Oh,
Yeah, so you want to do it separately?
let's just do them all at
Okay,
once.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion too.
All right. The second portion of it is 2 of our older trucks purchased in 2010. They're international.
Take them all together. Go ahead.
Sorry. They are 2010 International 7600 Workstar dump trucks. 2 of those, TR-29 and TR-31, to be surplused out and to be sold on Purple Wave.
Okay. Unless you want to divide those out into
No, I
two
think
separate
I'll make
motions,
them the same.
Gable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion by Gable to declare surplus.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Schwer. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Randy.
you.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you very much.
I did have since you're up here real quick,
Go ahead.
I did have a gentleman contact me about the Highway 81 construction project
Yes,
going south out of town.
correct.
And he was concerned that we would be putting P-rock or asphalt ceiling on the road leading to Castlewood, the back way by the Bureau Road, if you take that
Okay.
south.
Correct.
He was inquiring as to whether or not those would be done at the same time. He discouraged that,
They would
so,
not be.
okay, thank you. I'll let him know that.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the Veteran Service Officer monthly report. Morning, Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Todd.
Good morning, everybody. Nice day out today, that's for sure. So for the month of April, we got 198 open claims, 104 pending action at the VA, 102 completed year to date. For Hamlin, we got 13 open, 9 pending, and 2 completed year to date. Currently working with 17 other veterans outside our county and completed 6 claims for them so far. Increase in monthly compensation for April was $4,650. So year to date, we're at 39,000 and a little bit of change there, just a little over 39,000. Retro payments for the month of April was $21,684. Year to date in retro payments is $324,668. And again, when I talk about the increase, that's claims that we file for veterans, and then their claim would go up on a monthly amount. The retro payment is to, you start the claim maybe 9 months ago, and then it takes that long for the VA to complete the claim. That's what you get the retro payment. That brings that claim back to current date from that standpoint, just as an explanation to everybody there on that. The VSO office will be closed on 8 May. Jay and I will be going to a mini conference held in Sioux Falls by the South Dakota Department of Veterans Affairs. And Lene Spear, the VSO in Dual County, will be right along. I have that form to get that. Future events, we have, I meet with the commanders tonight at the VFW of the different veterans organizations. Memorial Day is the 26th of May. They're going to have an event at Mount Hope and at St. Mary's, usually the same time as last year. I think it's, I don't know if it's 9:30 and 10:30. They didn't give me the times, but there should be data coming out on that. The flags will be placed on Wednesday and Thursday prior to Memorial Day, all the flags that they do out there at the cemetery. Just like to let everybody know that, they basically walk down every row, front side and back side of a headstone, and look for if there's a veteran laid to rest there. If they see something that shows or identifies that there's a veteran laid to rest, they put a flag in. If somebody gets missed, which it seems like it always happens, we do have a couple of flags at our office. They can always call there, but nobody ever gets intentionally missed. It's just volunteers that go out and put those flags out. So, and then they'll usually pick them up, usually that following week on Wednesday or so, Wednesday or Thursday. So, now there's going to be an awards presentation by Senator Rounds at the Watertown Airport on the morning of the 26th of March for one of our local atomic veterans.
Sorry, did you say the 26th of March?
Did I say, I meant to say the 26th of May. Sorry. And that's what I have written in here too. So yes, good correction. Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, the 26th of May at 8:15 out at the Watertown Airport. They usually hold it up on that second floor there. This is a gentleman that's was in some nuclear testing way back in the early 50s, so he's going to be recognized there from that standpoint. Due outs to me, I got to complete the performance appraisals and 26 budget. We're ramping up for the 19th of July, 19 July of 25. We're going to have the Veterans Information Event held out at the South Dakota National Guard Readiness Center there out on Highway 20. It's going to be from 10 o'clock to 1400 or 2 o'clock. We are going to have some snacks and a light lunch there for people to have until supplies are gone. I've currently got several departments from the Sioux Falls VA that are going to have information booths, and they're also going to be given some small information briefs on what they do and what benefits they can provide. So we have that going on out there. That's open to the public. We'll have the doors open at 10. You'll start to see some flyers around, and we'll push that, try to get the advertisement out. That's working with the Sea of Goodwill is kind of who's being the sponsor of that from that standpoint. Jay and I will be attending the state training conference in September, and we have that travel approved. As far as the VA, I'm not seeing any changes from my standpoint from benefits or for health or anything else like that. Again, thank goodness that we have the CBOC that we have. They do a great job here in town. We're very fortunate to have that resource here in our area. Again, I never cease to be amazed by the VA. I've had 2 veterans within the last couple of weeks. Usually when they do their comp and pen examinations, they have to travel for them. And this week or in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 of them where the provider that's doing the exam went right to their house. They didn't have a place to meet, so they went right there. I mean, that would be a great thing if they started doing that. I called Division and I asked the people in Sioux Falls, I said, is this normal? Is this something that's changed? And none of them had ever heard of it. First time anyway, you think you know what's going on and then something changes, but.
Those were VA people that visited, or they were?
Yeah, they're contractors. The doctor came out of Seattle, flew in here, and the nurse came out of Minneapolis. They met here, went to see one veteran, and then the other one was like 2 weeks ago. They flew in and,
Back doing house calls.
well, I don't know.
Why is it with COVID? There's still some apprehension to do that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's just a fluke, but anyway, thank you for your time. Any questions?
None?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. All right, let's move on to item number 9. That is Andrew Delgado, action to approve the Emergency Management Office to apply for pre-disaster mitigation plan update under the Hazardous Mitigation Grant Program, DR-4807. I think you and I talked about this earlier, right?
Yes, we talked briefly about it. So the BRIC grant, which previously, or Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities grant, which previously funded our pre-disaster mitigation plan updates, was discontinued in April. Currently, we have a period where we can apply for HMGP or Hazard Mitigation Grant Program under a disaster that was declared last year, which was DR 4807. It was for severe storms, straight line winds, and flooding that happened primarily in the southeast part of the state. But there's mitigation funding available through that we could potentially use to update our pre-disaster mitigation plan. Our current plan is valid through April of 2027. But it needs to stay updated so we qualify for different federal grant sources for mitigation. Oh, the last plan update, I mean, this one, it would be somewhere in the ballpark of $20,000. And our local match would be offset by our dues that we pay to First District, which is who we have facilitate the writing of that plan.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by McElhaney, second by
Second.
Gable. Discussion?
So this is for, when did the disaster occur that we are?
This was late June, July last year. It was the storm that caused the flooding down south.
And based on that, it's just interesting how it all works. So based on that, you apply for a grant for doing your pre-disaster mitigation plan. It's interesting.
It's, yeah.
All right. Any other questions? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Number 10, discussion possible approval of LATC's CHW student job shadowing in the Community Services Office.
Yes, Sarah had a conflict this morning, so she just sent me a little information. She's had these students previously in her office, and it would be 40 hours a week. She'll be able to start the next few weeks, and it's no cost to the county. It's just simply job shadowing for these individuals.
Move to approve. Motion by Gable, second by Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Action to approve an annual malt beverage license application renewals.
All right,
And
yes, so we have
those-
4 of those in the county. And those 4 are David Bluedorn doing business as the Rooster Bar, W.J. Schmidt Enterprise Incorporated doing business as South Fork Lounge, Sisseton Wapiton Sioux Tribe doing business as Dakota Sioux Casino, and Joy C. Nelson doing business as Joy Ranch of South Dakota. I checked with the sheriff. There has been no issues with any of these individuals, so we just need to approve them for to renew their license for the next year.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Schwer. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to item number 12, this is action to approve an out-of-county inmate contract with Walworth County.
Correct. You have that contract in your packet. It is with Walworth County for starting March 24th, 2025. The amount is $130 a day. And they're just renewing their contract again. I guess it was up, so.
So Walworth County does not have a jail,
Right.
and they have, I believe, several contracts throughout the state with different detention centers to house inmates wherever they need to go. We are one of them. $130 a day. How long is this contract for?
I don't know if it says, probably year by year, I'm guessing is what
An
it is.
annual contract?
Yes.
And
It's for whenever we need to retire it.
I see our state's attorney is here with us. Have you had a chance to review this, or is it something that you need to review before we approve? Would you like to look at it? Okay. We can come back to that.
So, Mr. Chair, I think it's pretty, this is, it's the same thing.
Yeah, you've been doing this before, so.
He said in the letter, he said, encloses the original signed jail contract for Codington
Oh.
County Detention for the year 2025, signed by Walworth County Auditor, blah, blah, blah. Please have the 2 remaining spots signed for Codington County.
If you guys are comfortable,
Right.
we can go ahead and
Yeah.
approve it. Otherwise, if you wanted to review it, you can.
I'm comfortable with it.
Okay,
I'm good.
looking for a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Johnson, second by McElhaney. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much. Okay, number 13, note payments for nameplate capacity and production tax for the 3 wind energy projects.
Right, so this is a yearly tax now that we receive from the 3 wind energy. which are Crown Ridge Wind, Crown Ridge 2 Wind, and Dakota Range 1 and 2. I included that in your packet. It has a breakdown for all the entities that do receive those amounts. So for the county, we will get 412,454.92. Germantown Township gets 32,056.42. Kransberg Township 38,076.25. Leola Township 27,043.52. Rawville Township 4,613.19. Waverly Township 74,977.03. Watertown School 49,999.11, and then Waverly South Shore School, 539,222.22, for a total of 1,178,442.66.
Motion to approve.
Well, that's just a note, so it's just to let you guys know what we are receiving from those wind energy projects.
We need a few more wind towers in the county.
Yeah.
We
All
have no
right.
abatements.
Okay, anybody have any questions about the wind energy projects at all?
It's a nameplate tax and it goes to the state and then the state sends this back and it's computed on a certain percent. So I don't know what that is.
Question, Mr. Chair. So does anything go to the county at all, or does this all gets distributed to the?
We get the top amount, that 412,000
412.
county general. Yep, we do.
112,000.
Obviously, since the majority of the wind towers are over in the Waverly South Shore area, they're receiving a lot more, but
Correct.
yeah.
Watertown School gets a little portion of it.
Hmm. Okay,
The thing about this payment, it doesn't matter if it rains, snows, if the wind blows or it doesn't blow or whatever. If we're in a drought or whatever, that's what we're getting.
yeah,
And that's the nice part of that. It's not, it doesn't fluctuate. Nameplate tax.
all right. All right, let's move on to item number 14, no abatements to report today. Number 15 is action to approve claims for payment.
So we have two separate, I'd like them, two separate motions, please. The first one is our salaries for April. The total amount is $784,407.48.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gabe McElhaney. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
The second one is for Architect Inc. for the jail project. There's two, there was one from February, one from March. The total amount to them is $306,339.97.
For motion. Move to approve by Gable, second by McElhaney. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just for a note of interest, the total amount that we paid so far to the jail project is $924,495.84.
584. All right, good. All right, number 17, action to approve
No.
personnel changes.
No automatic budget supplement. That's good. Okay, so we have two of those. One is John Ingalls. His effective date was 4/28/2025. He's a seasonal assistant weed supervisor. His new step is DD3. Current rate of pay is $24.65. He is a rehire. Also, we have Jeff Riley. He is a seasonal employee in the highway department. Effective date is May 6th. He's at step 1, 1741. That's all for them.
Motion to approve.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Gable. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Travel requests.
Okay, we have a couple individuals from the treasurer's office going to attend a workshop. And then we have some individuals from the director of equalization, the equalization office going to a board meeting and also a conference. You have all that information in your.
Are all budgeted items.
Yeah.
Motion by Gable,
Second it.
second by Schwer. Any discussion on those?
I do have a question. Why don't they attend conference the same time we do as our new
No.
commission conference? Is
So that's new officials, and there's just the regular officials one.
So they don't combine them. Is there any reason why?
Because they have a new official one, then they have just the regular official one. They do some different workshop training for new ones than they do your seasoned ones. So it's a little different process for them.
Good question. Right, any more questions? Right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to number 19, public notices of a possible quorum of commissioners could be in attendance at this week. Do you have anything going on? No,
Crickets.
I don't think so.
my bird impression. Too quiet.
I will mention
GOP.
that with the graduations coming up, some of the smaller schools in the areas have some that are earlier than Watertown, so there could be a possibility that you see three of us or more at a local
Graduation.
graduation party.
I'm not going to graduation parties, so I won't be there.
I have a busy year with
Do
graduation.
you? Right. Kids all graduated, so I'm kind of out of the loop now.
That doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, I know, yeah. Still get them. All right, nothing? All right, let's move on. Item number 20, old business. Anybody have anything for old business? New business.
I have a couple
Any
things for new business. Oh, they're probably during the open.
Yeah, we'll get you to the open here. Okay.
For new business, Lee and I met with Greg Richter, Connecting Point, Two Trees. I've budgeted for servers for this year. They need to be replaced. He came back with a quote now. The urgency is for me to sign this quote. It is over the amount. It is a budgeted item. It did go over the quote, but I would like your verbal okay for me to sign this. I will put it on the agenda for approval next week because I budgeted 40,000. The quote came in 40,064.96. So, but we do need to do this. Like it's urgent.
64.
$64.96 at this point, but they're going to build them and that's how we're keeping that cost down rather than ordering them ready-made,
So-
basically.
This is not an official action. It's
No,
just giving her
I just-
approval to move.
I just
forward.
really,
Whoa.
I need to get this signed so we can get this going, so it doesn't keep going up. The other
Okay.
thing that I asked during that, and I mean, I have this in my budget, I'm just kind of putting this out there. The cost doesn't seem overly. So I send some very sensitive information through email. And I asked at that point, are they encrypted? Is things safe that we're sending through email? And they're not at this point. So I checked into it and to get like an encrypted email, an annual amount is $260. So I'm going to do this with my office because we send social security numbers, we have birth dates, we have very, I don't send a whole, I do a phone call over it because they'll say, we need that. It's like, I won't give that to you. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if that's something that as a county, I don't know how many offices really should have that, but $260 for an annual amount. I don't know how that looks to you guys, but
Yeah.
Is that per user? Is that for your whole?
per user. Yes, so
That's 260 annually or monthly?
annually.
Oh.
That's what it says. Microsoft 365 Business Premium Annual. So anyway, I'm just,
Probably have those discussions with
Yeah.
our other department heads to see what's.
I'm going to switch my office over to that just because we have very sensitive information that I think we need to do this. But anyway, just letting you know.
Okay.
That's it. So, okay, I'll move forward on that.
Just on that, we could just declare it an emergency, just approve that one because the servers are kind of an urgent thing, like you say, and take care of it.
That's up to you, how you want to do that.
You're okay with that.
I would say let's just give her the go ahead to have them start building them and then we can
Put
put
it
it
on
on the
for next
agenda next
Okay.
week and we can get it approved.
I'll add it on.
I don't want to abuse the emergency thing. There's,
Maybe
you know,
that's what
so-
it's for. I think it's good for. Chair did have another new business item, so.
go ahead.
Just on the, well, it's kind of on the border between old and new business, but, the, UGS approached us, approached us about updating the audio AV system in the small courtroom. And And, so we had a discussion, so Steve and I had a discussion, two judges and, so that there, looks like there's money in the judicial system's budget, so that's the part of the budget where we can take, just basically help the court, some of their admin stuff and juror payments. And so, well, that'll be on the agenda next week to talk about. So they have a quote. The other piece of that is that UGS at the state level, or it's either the state or the circuit level, is reimbursing $10,000 of typically. So when you spend money on a project like that, they'll help the county out with some of that. So, and it's kind of a little bit of an open question, but for the most part, counties are responsible to make sure the courts have the facilities to work. So anyway, and it does need to be updated. So this kind of stuff, the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. So anyway, that'll be on the agenda next week.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, let's go ahead and move down to item number 22, which is the open for public comments. And I understand, ma'am, if you want to come on up here, you can, please. And your mic is already turned on. I would just ask that you come on up and you can have a seat in the chair and identify yourself and we'll visit. Okay.
Basically, my question is,
Who are you?
Please identify.
I'm Linda Crayons.
All right.
Thank you, Linda. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, do I need a permit for fireworks? And it would be like August 2nd. We've got a professional team out of Sioux Falls that my daughter is friends with.
Mhm.
They are licensed and they are insured, and they will come in and set it up about an hour before, and they'll stay a good hour afterwards to clean up and make sure everything's okay. This is in Cransburg. We're gonna use the ball diamond because there's a sand place there to light it in. Understand that there's a burn ban. If there's a burn ban,
Right.
they won't do it because it's illegal.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
I have a permit for you. You just need to get permission from the city of Cransburg because they're their own entity. They have their own board. So you need to get them to sign off, the mayor. And then it would be Watertown Fire Department would be the fire department who covers that, right? So you would need to get sign off from the fire chief from Watertown. And I have those permits in my office that I can get for you.
Okay. Cransburg sent me up to you guys.
They have their own board.
We talked to them last night.
So Dale Plunkett is the mayor, right? So he would sign off or the whoever there. Yep.
Yeah. Once you get the form, if you take
Yeah.
it to them, they'll see the form and they'll sign off on it, I'm sure.
yes.
So,
Watertown Fire Department.
yeah.
Yep.
But Brenda can get you that form and then you can,
It'll
Take it.
eventually
It will make
get to
more
us.
sense. What's
yeah.
that?
It'll eventually get.
No,
Oh.
only out in the county comes before you. If they're have their own municipality,
Oh,
they
so
sign
Cranford.
off.
Because it's inside Cransburg city limits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
that's it.
So Brenda's office is right over there. So if you go out, it'll be the first door on your
Meeting's done,
left.
I can get that for you.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
you.
Have fun.
Hope to.
All right, commissioners, do you have any comments for the open? Commissioner Gable?
I don't know, some of you guys might have listened to that 605 drive Zoom call with. It was pretty informative. So that this, the South Dakota Association of County Commissioners set it up, so I appreciate their setting up a Zoom call with statewide treasurers and commissioners could listen in so that the treasurers talked about some of the issues they're having. So you recall that we're allowing a treasurer to close early so they can go through and reconcile their books basically, and that's pretty much a common thing throughout the state. So it sounds like the issues are issues with data, just the process of going from one system to the old system. Some of the data was some kind of, I don't know if it was corrupted or just didn't, the formatting was different or something. I don't know the technical issues behind it. And then there's also something that we'll have to keep an eye on, I think, is how much, once it's all settled out, all those kind of problems, those transfer problems are solved. What's the difference between the two systems, the old system and the new system? Does it require more work on the part of the treasurers at the county level? And so that's kind of a question that was kind of talked about during that Zoom call. So it's pretty informative, actually. So I don't know if
Yeah, that's
anybody else listened to it, but it was
Great.
Just so you know that, statewide, the treasurers are going through this, I guess, this challenge.
Yeah. Anytime there's new software like that, it seems like there's a challenge associated with it. So, all right, appreciate it. Any other comments? Okay, we do have a need for executive session, so under personnel today, so we will take that next. So I'll look for a motion to adjourn into executive session.
Don't move.
So moved by Schwer, second by Johnson. All in favor, say aye.